Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is CMGTalk. This is Catherine Gallacher, your host, and thank you for joining me. And a big thank you to all of my supporters that are over in the supporters channel, where you're levelling up in mental health. Going through the episodes there will help you to do so. There are strategies and tools. There are episodes there that help you to understand, to grow your understanding and to develop your already existing knowledge. It's also a good place to be because you will find out any episodes that drops and you'll find out first. I will also be able to give perks to my supporters there, where you'll be able to access the occasional webinar that you'll be able to access free, to be honest with you, which is an amazing opportunity. I'm looking forward to meeting and greeting my supporters at these webinars too. I might be looking also to do webinars specifically only for my supporters in the supporters channel. For a few dollars, a couple of pounds, it's very much worth it. Okay, so thank you so much. Take good care, and I would like to do a short episode just for you on getting your daily dose. So my daily dose starts with wanting to access my happy hormone. When we look at getting our daily dose, it's important to look at the dopamine, which is transmitted through the brain. It drives our brain's reward system. We can get this through our food and nutrition, whether we eat bananas, and I've just actually this morning had a banana, chocolate, obviously cocoa, and having an 80%, 70 plus cacao is really important. Dark chocolate is probably the best chocolate, let's be honest. It's also available in chicken, avocados, our leafy green vegetables, in our citrus fruits, our apples, our oranges as well, and other available fruits as well. Dopamine is that happy reward chemical that we need. We can access it by energy and exercising too regularly to improve our mood, and also through meditation. When we give praise, receive praise, when we are during our day-to-day activities at work, when we're retired, it's important we acknowledge the day-to-day things that we do well, and we receive that acknowledgement as well. Dopamine starts with our daily dose. Oxytocin is the O for dose. Oxytocin is the hormone released by our pituitary gland. It's that chemical messenger that acts as an important role in how we act as a human being. It helps with trust and forming trust, those romantic attachments, and also with bonding between a mother and a baby. That recognition that is formed through that wonderful and amazing attachment and bond. Oxytocin is also involved in the sexual arousal that we have with intimacy. That's why it's known as the love hormone. So just as dopamine is recognised as our happy hormone for rewarding us, the oxytocin is the love hormone. To receive this in a natural way, we can do it through activities, yoga, having quality time with the people we love and connect with, engaging and having good conversations and important conversations with people around us, connecting to our colleagues in a positive way. Also being able as a retired person to make sure that we are having good, strong connections and we're not feeling lonely or isolated. Being close to the people that we love, friends, family, our neighbours, in our community, whether it's a faith-based community, social-based community, making sure that we feel that we have a sense of belonging, that we feel loved, respected, and that we feel supported. Oxytocin, that's a really important chemical for us to focus on. So we've covered D for dopamine, O for oxytocin. What is left in D.O.S.E? Well, the S is serotonin. That's the chemical that carries the messages between the nerve cells in our brain throughout our whole body, connecting. The serotonin is our mood hormone. That's about sleep and also available for our wound healing, our clotting of our blood. Affects our digestion as well. Sexual desires. It's also important for bone health and also for nausea as well. Within levels, when they're low, it's thought to contribute to why we feel low, have low moods, feel depressed. Getting out and about in nature, having that sunlight, the natural sunlight, or having a sun lamp where you've got exposure to a sunbox for sunlight. Exercising though, outdoors, walking, having brisk walks, being able to be out in nature, being able to be available to natural sunlight is ideal. Sitting by the window, making sure that you're accessible to sunlight. Having an environment that's open and decluttering an environment as well. It's important that we lower our stress as well. And we've got episodes here, particularly across in the supporters channel, that manages and talks about managing our stress and our pressure. So remember to check into those episodes too, and I'll be doing further episodes along the way. Good nutrition is important. And in the tryptophan, that helps to make the melatonin. Melatonin regulates our sleep and our wake cycle. Serotonin regulates our pain, our appetite, our sleep, and our mood. S for serotonin. The tryptophan, we can access that through, again, chocolate, oats, having porridge in the morning, having oats in our food when we're cooking, dairy and milk and red meat, dried fruit such as dates, cottage cheese, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, peanuts. We know through research that it shows that it's really beneficial and it affects our memory and our recall. Also affects our memory skills, how we recognise our visual recognition. It also controls aggression and aggressive moods. It's thought to also be important around depression and learning. Tryptophan is a very important aspect to think about in your nutrition. And as I talk, I'm always very mindful that when I'm talking about what we know so far, our understanding so far through research, what we think is to be the case. Because in nutrition and research and medical and health, we're always learning, growing and advancing. Things will change, develop and progress. So I always talk about, right now, this is our understanding. So we've talked about dopamine, we've talked about oxytocin, and we've talked about serotonin. The E is for endorphin, our natural pain reliever. It's produced as a transmitter by the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus in our brain, relieving pain, lowering the stress and improving how we feel within ourselves, our moods. Gives us a sense of feeling good and can be released by doing activities, exercising, sexual intimacy, eating foods that make us feel good, foods we enjoy. If I'm talking about foods you enjoy right now, what foods do you eat that you find you salivate with, that you really enjoy? In fact, any activity that you find pleasure in, that you're passionate about, think about the endorphins you're going to be releasing. Daily dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. And I mentioned, along with serotonin, the tryptophan. Now remember, there's also GABA, which is about learning. But it doesn't fit in with daily dose. There's so many different chemicals and transmitters that we naturally produce. If we eat healthily and feed our body with good nutrition, if we exercise and do a combination, the gratitudes, the yoga, the mindfulness, or affirmation, where we're managing our feelings and our energy around our body, and we're productively producing and releasing and managing the pressures, the stress and the strains. It's important that we take all of our well-being factors in place. Good sleep. We manage what we eat nutritionally. We're exercising to our capabilities. And remember, exercise comes in different shapes and forms. We can do the exercise bands with stretching, and we can also do NEAT exercises, which is the exercises that we extend energy with natural day-to-day activities like hoovering and cooking and these kind of activities, dusting, these kind of things. We're extending energy. But also we need to be able to do energy where we are, and exercise where we are breaking a sweat. Brisk walking, rambling, climbing, hill walking, dancing, ballet. I could go on. Salsa, jive, tap. I don't know. It's endless, the activities we can do. Doing something we enjoy, that we're passionate about, we're more likely to stick to. Having those goals, those structures, systems, things in place to keep us mindfully aware. Practicing mindfulness. Releasing any unhelpful negative thoughts. Because there's automatic negative thinking, and there's an episode in the supporters channel about that. We have automatic thoughts. And those automatic thoughts are negative usually, because our brain protects us. But it's our job to learn how to manage, process and point our brain in the best possible way. So exercise, eating well, hydrating our body, learning to decompress, relax and de-stress, and energise and regenerate ourselves with good health. Good health is our wealth. You'll hear me say this. I've said this since I started nursing in the early 1980s. Take care of your health and your mental health, physical and mental health. Thanks for listening. And until next time, check in on the next episode. Bye for now. Good mental health. And this is Catherine Gallacher with all things to do with mental health